Granada was one of the cities that persisted as the last Muslim kingdom on the Iberian Peninsula. The Alhambra was not constructed as a defensive measure against Christian invasion, but more as a project by Muslim rulers to create a magnificent palace complex on the Subica hill. So, while war and political conflict may be considered as the contextual background for the construction of the Alhambra, the project itself did not start as a direct result of warfare, but rather as a manifestation of the ruler's desire to create a work of art and architectural beauty that stands to this day. The history of the construction of the Grand Mosque in Alhambra and the Alhambra in Granada are connected through the broader historical and cultural context of Al-Andalus, the Islamic Iberian Peninsula, during the medieval period. The construction of the Grand Mosque Mezquita in Alhambra was initiated during the Umayyad Caliphate in the 8th century. Abdul Rahman I, the Umayyad emir, started building the mosque on the site of a Visigothic church in 784. The Nasrid dynasty, which ruled the Emirate of Granada, emerged after the fall of the Umayyad Caliphate in Alhambra in the 8th century. Muhammad I, the founder of the Nasrid dynasty, began the construction of the Alhambra in Granada in the mid-13th century. The period between the fall of the Islamic Caliphate in Alhambra and the construction of the Alhambra in Granada was marked by significant political and military changes in the Iberian Peninsula. This era, commonly known as the Taifa period 11th century to early 13th century, was characterized by the fragmentation of Muslim rule into smaller, independent Taifa city-states, each ruled by its own emir or king. The Taifa period was marked by political instability, as rival Taifas engaged in frequent wars and conflicts. The lack of a centralized authority allowed for internal strife. These smaller states were often in conflict with one another, competing for power and influence. The Taifa period was marked by political instability, as rival Taifas engaged in frequent wars and conflicts. Against the backdrop of political fragmentation and Christian advances, the Nasrid dynasty emerged in Granada in 1232. The strategic location atop a hill not only provided defensive advantages, but also offered breathtaking views of the city and the surrounding landscape. Muhammad I, the founder of the Nasrid dynasty, began the construction of the Alhambra as both a fortress and a symbol of Nasrid power. The construction of the Alhambra spanned several generations of Nasrid rulers, continuing well into the 14th century. Muhammad I initiated the construction of the Alhambra, but it was under his successors, Muhammad II I to 731-302 and Muhammad III 130-1309, that the complex truly flourished. The intricate architecture, decorative elements, and the famous nasrid palaces were constructed during this time, showcasing the unique blend of Islamic, Moorish, and Andalusian influences, resulting in the intricate geometric patterns, ornate calligraphy, and delicate stucco work that characterized the Alhambra. The Alhambra is not just a physical structure, it's a cultural tapestry that weaves together the influences of Islamic, Christian, and Jewish civilizations that have called this region home. The architects paid meticulous attention to detail, creating spaces that harmonized with the natural surroundings. The Court of the Lions being constructed. The construction and ornamentation of the Alhambra reflected not only the military might of the Nasrid rulers, but also their commitment to fostering a sophisticated and refined courtly culture. A symbolic representation of paradise on earth showcased the Nasrid's appreciation for aesthetics and the integration of nature into architectural design. Battle between Nasrid forces and the Catholic monarch. Nasrid's defeat. Boabdil, the last Nasrid ruler, surrendered the Alhambra, marking the end of Muslim rule in Spain. The Alhambra's fate took a turn in 1492 when the Catholic monarchs, Ferdinand II of Aragon and Isabella of Castile, completed the Christian Reconquista advanced in the Iberian Peninsula by capturing Granada. The Catholic monarchs appreciated the architectural and cultural significance of the Alhambra, and rather than destroying the Alhambra, the Catholic monarchs recognized its architectural and cultural significance. Over the centuries, subsequent Christian rulers made additions to the complex, including the palace of Charles V. The Alhambra, with its fusion of Islamic and Christian elements, became a symbol of the coexistence of different cultures on the Iberian Peninsula. As the Nasrid dynasty thrived culturally and intellectually, the Alhambra became a center for arts, sciences, and literature. Scholars, poets, and artists gathered within its walls, contributing to the rich cultural tapestry of Al-Andalus. The intricate designs, courtyards, and gardens were meticulously preserved, and the Alhambra was open to the public, attracting visitors from around the world. Today, the Alhambra stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a testament to the rich historical tapestry of Spain.